So there is this question now, especially, right, since the virus seems to be spreading in clusters quite fast. Was it our habit of building dense cities that led to the acceleration, or how fast does it spread? You spoke to a few town planners. You asked them this question,
Yes.
and what did they actually tell you?
Well, in a way, it doesn't matter whether cities are dense or sprawl.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, in the end, it's about how we do our part in keeping cleanliness and social distancing and putting on our facial surgical masks and all that. That's the main key point. Because whether it will be sprawl or dense, viruses still spread.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone has to do their own part. That's their opinion, that everyone has to do their own part. It doesn't matter about the density at all.
All right, but even though, and I know it's almost like fruitless to say this, but the pandemic has changed everything, right? And the one thing that the planners did tell you it might have changed is maybe now we will not be so concentrated on the city center. I mean, what did they say that this pandemic's kind of taught them?
Okay, so this pandemic kind of taught them that dense city, so one of them actually said that dense cities might not be relevant as much in the future because now working from home is kind of like a way of life, remote working and things like that, so it actually can work. And another one spoke about, it's a combination of both. So what does he mean by combination of both? It's like, it should be still a bit compact, but at the same time we should also look into developing smaller towns outside that's a little bit further away from the city centre itself.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you further out, when you develop further out, the question will arise is, where's the boundaries? Where should we stop? And how are we going to protect our forests and our natural resources and things like that? Yeah.
I get that. I mean, like, you want to build and you want to give people a sense of space, but you cannot develop everything.
Yeah.
Right? But I also think it attributes to the sense of distance feeling less, because I'm from Johor, and previous tamans in Johor used to feel very far away, but now that they've built all the highways, it doesn't feel far away. So it's just a matter of where you kind of put the line.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it changes, whether we have clusters or move out. The composition inside these clusters will have to change. You mentioned work from home, right?
Yeah.
So do they expect less dense office buildings, less office buildings, more homes? I mean, like, what's the composition shift that they'll see?
So right now they are talking about there's this COVID-19 way of life. So what they are looking into is like maybe having motorcycle lanes for deliveries.
Okay.
And then there could be, there's one of the planners actually spoke about, it's not about density or not, but it's about looking into maybe providing lesser shopping malls or lesser offices, and thus meeting rooms are relevant right now, because working from home and shopping can be done online already.
What do they think a city of the future in a COVID thing kind of looks like? Because they all had their little opinions.
Yeah, different opinions. So one of them actually said that, living further away or less density, it's fine, because she said that some European cities, they are like that. They're a little bit sprawl and they're just fine. They're going on just fine. Whereas another one said that compact cities are still very much relevant, because if ever there's clusters or anything, it's easier to contain it because it's compact, you see. But what she said is that, other than looking at being contained and things like that, she was the one that mentioned about the office, the relevance of offices, buildings and shopping malls. And another one talked about, he keep mentioning that it's not about this or that, but actually it's a combination of both, and we need to plan the development properly, and we need to plan the resources properly. And planning a city is not looking from a macro level. It's looking more in-depth into how houses are built and how streets and highways are located. And one of the most important thing that both of them actually mentioned is public transport. So when you're compact, it's easier to take public transport, to put your LRT, MRT lines and plan those out.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.